Your beliefs are lies. Every single one of them. And the biggest lie that you tell yourself is that your beliefs are based on truth, when they are just really repeated thoughts that got emotionally charged over time. And you might already be triggered. Kev, my beliefs aren't lies. I believe in hard work. And I believe that I am a good person. Well, maybe it's exactly those beliefs that are keeping you stuck. Now, look, I'm not here to attack your beliefs, but I'm actually here to show you that 95% of your beliefs were installed by other people. Yeah? Installed by your parents, society. Maybe they were installed by a broke uncle, one of your broke uncles that gave you financial advice. And now, you have been running their program like it's your own operating system. You just think it's yours. You just think it's yours. And so by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how beliefs are formed in your brain or neurologically everywhere, and why most of them are keeping you stuck. You will also learn how to literally rewire your neural networks to install beliefs that actually serve you to go towards your desired reality. And now, if you are someone who wants to actually apply this stuff instead of just consuming it, or consuming more content, you know what I mean? Book an alignment session with me, and my clients who typically work with me see a 2 to 5x in a revenue increase in just 8 weeks without changing anything to their business or their marketing. Okay? Link is all in the description. So, let's talk about beliefs. Okay? Let's talk about beliefs and make sure that you are taking notes. Because you are, well, I'm about to explain the neuroscience behind why you believe what you believe. And it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Beliefs. Why do we believe what we believe? But first, we have to explain what a belief actually is neurologically. And a belief is nothing more than a thought that you've thought so many times that it's created a neural network in your brain. A pattern. It's kind of like a mental highway. A mental highway that your thoughts automatically travel down. Okay? So, what do I mean by that? That is one highway. This is another highway. This is going to your... This is your... CR means your current reality, and the other one means DR means desired reality. Okay? So these are neural pathways. Well, let's assume that. Okay? And these are our beliefs. So when you were born, your brain has about 86 billion neurons, but very, very few connections. Okay? There are no neural pathways or connections yet. Now, every experience, every repeated thought, every emotion, every behavior creates a new neural pathway. And so by age 7, your fundamental beliefs about reality have already been hardwired. Okay? So when mama said money is hard to come by, you have just created a neural pathway, or that we don't have enough money. And you've heard that 500 times, right? Your brain literally built a neural superhighway called money is scarce, which has created your current reality. Okay? When your dad said life is hard, every single day you heard life is hard, your brain constructed struggle in an expressway. Okay? That is now normal for you because you'd always travel down that neurological highway or pathway. So basically, you're basically driving around with a internal GPS system programmed by people who are probably, lost themselves. You're getting directions from someone who's never left the neighborhood. That's what it's like. Okay? And then you wonder why you keep ending up in the same places. Like, bro, come on, your internal GPS is broken. It's not broken, it's doing what it's supposed to do. But you just have to create new ones. You just have to create new neural pathways towards your desired reality. Sounds simple, but it's not easy. Now, Okay, so that is supposed to be an iceberg, and this is supposed to be you. Now, here's what most people don't understand. Your conscious mind, aka our mind, is like the tip of the iceberg. However, the 95%, aka our subconscious programming, is running in the background. Okay? Your body is a subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is like a computer that's been programmed by everyone else except you. Your parents installed the operating system, school installed the productivity system, society has installed a bunch of programs in there as well. And then you're wondering why your life keeps either crashing or why things keep repeating in your life. Okay? 95%, 95%, 5%, 5%. That's it. It's as simple as that. The conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. Okay? But the subconscious mind is the massive part underwater that's actually steering the ship. And most of that programming happened before you were even old enough to question it. Facts. It's like someone else set up your Netflix account, and now you are stuck watching with what they like to watch. You keep getting recommended the same type of content because the algorithm thinks that you like struggle content or struggle documentaries and poverty reality TV shows. Okay? That's what it thinks you like. So that's what's running the show. 95% of the subconscious programming. Our body is the subconscious mind. Remember that. Now, here's why I say your beliefs are lies. Because they are not based on universal truth. Whoa. But they are based on limited experiences, cultural conditioning, and inherited trauma patterns. Yeah. So, all right, let me give you an example. If you believe that I'm not good with money because you overdrew your bank account a few times, maybe when you were 21 years old or in your 20s, that's like saying I'm not good at walking because you tripped once. Okay? Now, your brain took a few data points and then it created a universal law based on those behaviors or action when you were 21. Okay? That's like a scientist conducting one experiment and then declaring, oh, this is it. It applies to the entirety of the universe. That's what it's like. It's like tasting one bad apple and then you just concluded and then decided that all fruit is poison. You get what I'm saying? So your brain, your mind, your 5% of your conscious mind is basically being dramatic as fuck. And it's making generalizations based on limited information. How funny are we? But do you understand how the mechanics of reality or how you work? It's very easy, right? It's very easy. However, reprogramming yourself is another story. So in quantum physics, there is something called the quantum field. This is supposed to signify quantum field, but I don't know. But it's invisible field of energy and information where all possibilities exist simultaneously. And you just select. You can just select which possibilities you want to access, right? And so you can determine which possibilities you want. And so if you believe good things don't happen to people like me, you are literally filtering out these three possibilities and you're just like picking that one. You're filtering out all the quantum possibilities where good things do happen to you. Okay? It's like you're wearing sunglasses in a dark room, wondering why everything looks so dark. These are not accessible to you. Okay? Listen carefully. The quantum field doesn't care about your beliefs. It's neutral. Think of the quantum field as like the internet. Okay? It contains everything, but you can only access what you search for you. Okay? And so if you keep searching for evidence that life is hard, I'm so sorry, then you're going to find the evidence that life is hard. Okay? It is like having access to the entire internet, but you are only visiting websites that confirm that you are a failure. Oh, And so remember that those highways that we formed, the information superhighway is right there. But you keep taking the exit. You keep taking the exit to Struggle Street every single time. And don't worry, I was like this before. But you're going to understand the mechanics of reality creation and how you work. Okay? Let's do this. Yes. So this is a loop. Okay? And so your beliefs shape your thoughts, and your thoughts create your emotions, and your emotions drive your actions, and your actions create your results, and then your results reinforce your beliefs. Okay? It is a closed loop system. If you believe you're unlucky, you will think unlucky thoughts. Okay? You will feel unlucky emotions. You will take unlucky actions. You will get unlucky results. And then you say, oh, see, I told you I was unlucky. See, universe, I told you I was unlucky. Okay? This is called the perception projection loop. Now, let's talk about emotion. Okay. Emotion equals energy. What does that have to do with anything? Well, emotion is the key to changing beliefs. Emotions. Beliefs aren't just thoughts, but they are emotionally charged thoughts. And so the stronger the emotional charge, the deeper the neural pathway. Okay? When your dad yelled at you that money is hard to come by and that there's never enough, while you witnessed him stressing about the bills, struggling to provide for the family. Now your brain didn't just record his words, it recorded the emotional state, the stress, the fear, the anger. The emotional cocktail is what made that belief stick. Okay? And remember, when I drew that iceberg and the person, the body, the language of the body is emotion. Language of the subconscious mind is emotion. This is why affirmations don't work for most people. You are trying to install new software with no emotional charge while the old software is running at maximum emotional intensity. It's similar to like whispering. You're at a heavy metal concert and you're whispering, I am abundant, okay? That affirmation can't compete with an emotionally charged, I am broke belief that has been playing at full volume for 20 years. Okay? Emotion equals energy, and emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. Okay? Okay, I'm going to do my best to draw a brain. Okay. We're doing the neural highways again, and that is a brain. Okay, but it looks like I don't even know what that looks like. Anyway, I'm here to provide you belief, and it's called neuroplasticity. Okay? This means your brain can change at any age. There you have no excuse to not change. So you can literally rewire your neural networks and install new beliefs. But you need to understand how to do it properly. Okay? You have no excuse, even if you are 89 years old, you can still change. You can still change, and I believe in you. To change a belief, you need to become conscious of the old belief. What is that old belief that you keep believing? And then you need to interrupt the old neural pattern. Okay? You need to interrupt that. Nope, that is not a belief that I want to believe anymore. And then you need to install a new belief with elevated emotion. And then you repeat it until that neural pathway becomes automatic straight to your desired reality. Simple, right? Now, most people try to change beliefs through willpower alone. But you need to redirect the flow instead of fighting against it. Okay? Similar to how you try to change your Netflix recommendations. You don't try to change your Netflix recommendations by complaining about it, but instead, you just start to watch different content. Okay? The algorithm doesn't care about your complaints. It only responds to your behaviors, aka the content that you are wanting to watch moving forward. Select what you want. Keep going there. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Now, elevated emotions. Okay? Elevated emotions. Such as love, joy, my favorite, relief, and resolved. These emotions literally change your brain chemistry and make your nervous system more receptive to new information. Elevated emotions. Because when you combine a new thought with an elevated emotion, you are essentially telling your brain, this is important, right? Perk up a little bit. This is important. Remember this. Elevated emotion is like highlighting text on a textbook, okay? The emotional charge makes it memorable. Versus when you just have a thought, I'm abundant, like a robot, I'm abundant, lifeless. That is not going through your subconscious at all. That's why that thought is not going to manifest. Now, most of you are trying to install empowering beliefs while feeling like shit. That's like trying to plant seeds on concrete, right? The soil needs to be prepared. It needs to be fertile first, okay? Elevated emotion. Because you can't install I am abundant while feeling broke or scarce, lack, stressed, and even desperate as well. Not possible. That is like trying to convince someone you are confident while you are hiding in a bathroom stall. You know what I mean? You first need brain and heart coherence. Right? Get back into homeostasis. Get back into neutrality. If you need to excuse yourself and take 10 minutes to breathe, please do so. Please do so. Because that negative or lower emotion is going to manifest. A thought backed up by a lower emotion is going to manifest. Okay? Identity. Your beliefs create your identity, and your identity determines your reality. Now, if you identify as someone who struggles with money, like I used to, you'll unconsciously sabotage any financial success to maintain that identity, struggling to make money. Your ego mind is like that security guard that doesn't want you to change because change threatens its sense of self. Okay? It would rather be right about you being limited than wrong about you being unlimited. And sometimes that's an issue for us. We are so adamant in being right, even if it's about our limitations. How funny are we? But this is why people win. This is why people with identity, who win the lottery, they go broke again. Because their identity didn't change. So they unconsciously create their familiar broke financial reality like before. Or even worse, they end up in debt, right? It's similar to getting a makeover, but still thinking you're ugly. The external change didn't stick because the internal programming is still running the old show. This is why identity is so important. Now, this is like an onion. You know how onions have layers? Well, you also have layers. So to change your beliefs, you need to do some belief archaeology. Dig up the old belief, examine where they came from, and then decide if you want to keep. You don't even need to examine where they came from. You just need to dig up the old belief and decide if you want to keep them. That's it. That's it. All you need to ask is this belief serving or taking me to my desired reality, or remaining in my current reality, or is it limiting me? It's simple as that. Because most of your limiting beliefs came from well-meaning people who are trying to protect you, right? I don't have anything against my parents with the beliefs that they gave me. When my mom said, don't get your hopes up to protect you from disappointment, but my brain interpreted it as don't dream big, that's okay. Because that's her level of consciousness as well. Now I have the tools to cut that belief and create a new belief. And now you do too. I'm sorry, but by watching this video, you now have the tool and there is no excuse. But here's the advanced, let me give you the advanced technique, right? Instead of trying to change a belief gradually, you are going to quantum leap into a new belief by accessing elevated states of consciousness. How do you do that? Keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants. You're going to get it. How do you access elevated states of consciousness? You ready? Meditation. In meditation, when your brain waves, when you are so relaxed, you shift from high beta to alpha and then theta. Listen carefully. By getting yourself into a deeply relaxed state. And you should know how to relax yourself, because in order to get to sleep at night, you need to be 1, relaxed, and 2, you have to have no thoughts. So you have no excuse. Everyone already knows how to do this, okay? Unless you have really bad insomnia. Anyway, in alpha and theta states, your analytical mind goes offline. It shuts off. And now your subconscious mind becomes highly programmable. And that, my friend, is when you can install new beliefs directly. Yeah. You just need to breathe and get so relaxed that your body feels safe. And then go to town. Go to town. When you access your subconscious mind and you slow down your brainwave states to alpha and theta, it is like having admin access to your own mental computer. And you can literally rewire the code and all the systems in safe mode. How cool is that? You are such an amazing being able to do that. But most people are trying to change their beliefs while their firewall is up. Okay? AKA our analytical mind. You need to access the back end of your conscious mind where all the security protocols are. AKA when your conscious mind is so relaxed that it's turned off. Now, okay, listen carefully. Most people fail at changing beliefs because they are trying to think their way into a new belief instead of feeling their way into them. And I used to use my analytical mind to change the subconscious programming. Joke was on me. Joke was on me. That is why meditation is one of the most powerful tools to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's similar to trying to perform surgery with a hammer. I'm so sorry, but you're using the wrong tool for the job. Okay? Your analytical mind is great for solving problems, making decisions, but it can't change beliefs. Only elevated emotional states can rewire your neurological networks at the subconscious level. Right? Now, listen carefully. Listen very carefully. You are addicted to your limiting beliefs because they are familiar. Your nervous system is literally addicted to the chemical cocktail of stress, worry, limitation, anxiety, wanting to work harder or struggling, comparing yourself to how celebrities look or how other people look as well. Okay? When you try to install empowering beliefs, your body goes through a withdrawal because it's addicted and it craves those familiar chemistry of struggle and limitation. And that is why people self-sabotage right before their manifestation shows up, right before it shows up, because their old identity is fighting to survive. Those neural pathways and those chemicals and cocktails of stress want to survive. And so your limiting beliefs are like that toxic ex who keeps texting you at 2 a.m. It feels so familiar when they text you. It's comfortable, you know what I mean? Oh, I miss you so much. I miss us. And they know exactly what to say or do to get you back. I know you know what I'm talking about. And so your beliefs are lies that you've been telling yourself for so long that you think that they are the truth. But truth is what serves your highest good, not what feels familiar. Okay? Every belief that you have, listen carefully, every belief that you have is optional. You choose them or they were chosen for you. And now you can choose different ones. The question is though, are your current beliefs taking you toward your desired reality or away from it or going back to your current reality, your old self? And if you are still defending your limiting beliefs after watching this video, You're basically like someone arguing that their flip phone is better than a smartphone while complaining that they can't access the internet or Instagram or TikTok. Okay? So stop running other people's programming and install your own beliefs. Become the programmer of your own reality.